Thanks again, everybody. Just want to welcome you all once again. It's always great to get all of you here together. We love to get all the platinum industry leaders together in one room to really reconnect with old friends, maybe make some new ones, and share some ideas that can be helpful to building our platinum business. But it's really interesting, whenever the PGI team is in a group of our friends in the industry, there's one question that everybody seems to ask us all the time. It's that one overarching question. So we thought it might be fun to kick off this presentation today by posing that question and answering it in an exciting new way. So take a look. So I think you can see from that presentation that we gave you kind of a really top-line overview of all of the things that we're working on right now. But as you watched that presentation, you probably also noticed there was a theme weaving throughout all of it. And that theme is platinum innovation. You know, and when the PGI team is leading, thinking about what we're doing in the industry and planning what we're going to do next, it dawned on us that everything we do is all about platinum innovation. And then we started to break down the elements of platinum innovation, and we realized there were 3 distinct elements in platinum innovation, and those are inspiration, education, and recognition. What are we doing together that inspires people to sell platinum, to buy platinum? How are we providing educational tools to ensure that sales associates are equipped with the unique, with the language to communicate the unique benefits of this beautiful product? And what are we doing to recognize outstanding achievement? So we're going to spend a little more time now doing a little bit more of a deeper dive on each one of these elements. So I want to start out with some thoughts on inspiration from a few partners of ours. So let's listen to Erica Courtney and Jenny Ma from the Knot.
My name is Erica Courtney, and I'm an upper-end jewelry designer and engagement ring designer, and I live in LA. Well, I think every woman that's dreaming about an engagement ring in a white metal is definitely dreaming about platinum. I think the most important thing for a man picking out an engagement ring for his bride is to make her happy, or at least that, in my experience, that's what it is. And I think that they really want to pick the best thing that they can afford, and in my experience, if you just tell them a little bit about platinum and then they get to say it's a platinum ring, no matter how big the diamond is, it's already important before she sees the diamond. What I love about platinum is the color of the metal, the fact that it stays just about the same exact color throughout its lifetime. I feel like, I tell my clients, and I feel like it looks like crushed diamonds smushed together and made into a metal. At the end of 50 years, that wedding band has your whole entire life on it.
I'm Jenny Ma. I'm the fashion and beauty editor for TheKnot.com and The Knot magazine. When it comes to wedding day jewelry, platinum is so popular, especially with engagement rings, because brides, you actually wear your engagement ring every single day, so you really need a very strong metal that will be able to endure your everyday wear and tear. So one trend that I've been seeing that brides are loving is really delicate rings, and so platinum is such a great choice when it comes to delicate rings because it's so strong and you can have very fine details, but you don't have to worry about, knocking against anything because it can really endure.
Thank you, Erica and Jenny. And now to continue inspiring you are my colleagues, Marketing Coordinator Sandra Berry Irwin and Public Relations Coordinator Amanda Turpilla.
Hi everyone. So great to see you all here again for another breakfast event. So today what Amanda and I are going to be taking you through is some of the initiatives we've been doing this past year in both digital media and PR. And then we're going to demonstrate or show to you how we integrate all of these activities together to really amplify our message. So, platinum and digital media. This year, we have continued to stay in the online advertising space, and our banner campaign is focused on the emotional and rational aspects of platinum. So it's taking you through the lifestyle or the evolution of a couple, from getting engaged, to getting married, to starting a family, to growing old together. And the one ever constant piece of their love is the platinum ring. I know it clicked. So I think a lot of you ask, where are we advertising? If you're not seeing us in print, where will I see Platinum Guild? You'll see us on The Knot, Martha Stewart Weddings, Colin Cowie Weddings, and our newest partner, Refinery 29. Refinery 29 is a lifestyle and style website and newsletter. It's actually the #1 site right now for consumers. It gets over 5 million unique visitors a month, which is really exciting. Their consumers are savvy, they're passionate, they are content hungry, and we are so excited to partner with that site and bring them, their consumers, platinum messaging, education, and of course, beautiful designs.
So there are other ways in which we are using the media to reach consumers through PR. So as you see here, there are some examples of the PR initiatives that we take. We have the capacity to reach audiences of millions through this tactic. As you see on the right, there is a celebrity engagement trend alert. We do this a few times a year. It takes celebrities who are recently engaged or married, shows off the engagement rings that they have, and then offers your product, please, to show that they can actually achieve this look in platinum. A lot of people emulate celebrities but think that they can't get it, and they can. We also, as you see in the middle, there is a brides magazine spread. The bridal magazines are constantly doing spreads of different trends in engagement and wedding bands with very specific needs, so we provide them with that. This particular spread was engagement rings with pave bands. We managed to make this entire spread only platinum, which was a huge achievement, which I had your designs that I was able to offer them, and I know some people in this room also pitched to them, so thank you very much for that. But the more designs that I have from you, the more that I can make this kind of thing happen. We also need your fashion pieces. It's not only bridal. I know we're bridal focused in platinum, but it is fashion too. Here's an example of our influencer, Nina Garcia. We pitched to E! Online Nina Garcia's predictions for the Emmy Awards. She predicted, one of her predictions in fashion was platinum statement pieces, another was the color red, and then she chose a piece that highlighted both of those, which is this gorgeous necklace that you see here. And also you see Sofia Vergara on the right. Celebrity award shows and red carpet events are very, very big for us, a great way for us to reach millions. And again, that gives us an opportunity to do, you can achieve this look in platinum for less. So the more that you can provide me, the more that I can take advantage of these opportunities for us.
And not only are we using jewelry in public relations placements, but we are using your pieces on our social channels as well. I want to share that our social channels have really grown this year, and it's a place for consumers to come to dream about pieces. And so we showcase, larger, bold statement pieces, but it's also a place for them to come to get educated on the metal and also be exposed to designs that are at a more accessible price point. So again, we work with a variety of price points, and it's so important that you share your new collections or new pieces with us so that we can continue to share them with the consumer. So all of these pieces fit together in a nice puzzle to really create an amplified message to the consumer. So as you saw in the video, we are working with influencers this year. We're working with Nina Garcia. Many of you may recognize her from Project Runway, as well as Colin Cowie, who is a noted wedding and event planner. So both of these influencers culled through thousands of designs and narrowed it down to about 45 pieces that are featured as platinum must-haves on the Knot.com and Colin Cowie weddings. And year to date, these galleries have really performed well. They've seen over 300,000 impressions.
So when we begin a partnership like this, the first step, besides the gallery, is to service a press release. Here's an example. We serviced a press release on both Nina and Colin, not at the same time, obviously, but together they received a combined amount of PR placements that totaled over 660 placements, as well as we got both of them Times Square billboard placements. So everybody walking through Times Square commuting in the morning got to see these partnerships that we have, and that's probably about 300,000 people commuting through there every morning.
So 300,000 people in Times Square are seeing these placements. And the other thing we're working with these influencers to do is for them to push out the platinum message and to showcase the designs that they've chosen on their social channels. And I know several of you here in this room, Phyllis, Gina, have been called out by Nina Garcia and Colin Cowie as having pieces that were platinum must-haves. So we work with these influencers to really push out the message, and it's so impactful. They have a huge following and fan base, and they trust these influencers. Someone the other day said, well, if Nina said it, it must be true. They're reaching over 1.2 million consumers every time they push out a message. We have the influencers pushing out a message, and then we are pushing out the message as well. It's all about repurposing placements to get the largest reach possible. So as I said, our social channels have really grown this year, and we have made a really concerted effort to reach fans with content that's interesting and innovative and robust and share beautiful designs. And we are reaching up to 700,000 consumers each week on our social channels themselves.
So as Sandra kind of said, the purpose of having these influencers is to really push out the platinum message and the product via third party. It's great that we can say that platinum is wonderful, but it's really great when somebody like Nina Garcia is saying platinum is wonderful. So another part of the program that we do is we pitch them to the media. Here's a few examples. I pointed out the E-Online piece that Nina did for Emmy predictions. Colin Cowie put together what he thought Jennifer Aniston, who got engaged semi-recently, what her perfect wedding would look like. He actually pulled 2 platinum wedding bands, his and hers, that are maybe some of yours in this room, or it could be, and pointed out that platinum is everlasting, got the messaging in, and that was on SheKnows.com, which actually receives over 5.5 million visits per month. Nina Garcia, again, did the E-Online. She also did a Style Network post about the Fashion Week, right, sorry. So she gave like her style must-haves for Fashion Week, and one of them was Kwiat rings. And it was stackable rings. She told why she loves platinum and why it's great to wear for Fashion Week because they're not going to scratch. They will scratch, but they won't wear down. So again, that's the reach of all of these put together was over 16 million people.
And then not only do we have these PR placements going out on the platforms themselves, on e-news, on Style Network, on SheKnows.com, we take these placements and we repurpose them again on our social channels. And we encourage all of you, everyone who are involved in these initiatives, to share them as well. It's a huge honor to be selected as one of only 25 pieces by Nina Garcia or Colin Cowie. And when you are excited, when you show passion for it, it gets the retailers excited. We've had retailers asking us if they can put signs in their stores showcasing certain product. So when you're excited, you get involved, the retailers get even more excited, and they want to stock that product and sell more platinum. So we have demonstrated, hopefully, how all of these pieces come together to make a really large, amplified message showcasing your product and platinum messaging as well. And there's just a few things you need to do to get involved.
So I think the biggest point that we were trying to make is that it is about you. And thank you to everyone in this room, because most of you do supply us with images constantly of your product. We need you to keep doing that. We can outreach to you, but if you want to be proactive and send it to us, that's fantastic too. So please supply us with photos of your platinum jewelry, descriptions, current retail pricing, and we will try and continue to place these in all things that we showed you here.
If anyone has any questions at the close of the presentation, we would be happy to answer them. But we've hoped we have addressed the question of where will you see us advertising and what is PGI up to in the marketing and PR space. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandra and Amanda. I think I said before that education is one of the most important things that we continue to do. So to lead off this section of the presentation, I'd like to share a few moments of some partners of ours talking about education and its importance to their business. So here's John Green from Lux Bond & Green and Maren Rosen from Stellar.
Our relationship with PGI has been very important to Lux Bond & Green. Nobody has the training programs like PGI. all the materials that they are able to give us, whether they're in the case, whether it's things that our staff can read that we're able to use, have been imperative really to the success of how our staff understands platinum. Platinum is complicated. It's a rare metal, and we all know the key words that platinum talks about, but honestly, having those little fun facts about platinum and the beauty of platinum, they've taught us that. You can't teach that unless you have somebody that's done a great deal of research.
I think that the industry could not do it at all without Platinum Guild International. Platinum Guild is always on their toes and constantly educating everybody, whether it's at a trade show or a customer event or online. I've actually taken all of the online training and modules, and it's really fun. It's interactive. It's easy to learn, and Platinum Guild goes above and beyond to ensure that as much information is communicated and the right information is communicated so that it's impactful, it's easily translatable, and that really Platinum Guild says, hey, you know what, we'll be here, we'll do anything we can to help you guys in your successes in the future. And if you just listen to them for even 5 minutes, it's contagious and you will definitely be successful.
Thanks, Maren. Now to share what's new on the education front, I want to invite our Senior Vice President, Jenny Luker, and our Marketing Assistant and today's event coordinator, Joe Moynihan.
Thanks, Kevin. So we know that education and training is the single most important factor when it comes to securing a platinum sale. PGI has spent a lot of time in developing and strengthening our educational resources. This morning we're going to discuss two in particular with you: the online training modules and the GIA Platinum Quality Assurance Benchmarks. So we have an online training program. If you visit www.platinumlearning.com, you can find all of our modules there. We recently launched our fourth newest module called Selling to the Millennial Consumer. This is a wonderful module that takes all of the information you learned from the first three modules and puts it into practice. The first module is a little bit more of an overarching educational system where you learn the general qualities of platinum. You watch a video, you learn about the heritage and the history of platinum, and then we introduce our mnemonic prefers, which highlights 7 important qualities of platinum that a consumer can really identify with. So this fourth module focuses on the behavior of the sales associate and how to interact with the consumer with all of this knowledge that they learned from the first 3. So the fourth module is a great combination of our millennial research with testimonials and best practices that we've received and gathered from leading members of the industry. As Maren said earlier, a lot of our training is very interactive with videos. This one is even more so. There's like stop and check moments where it asks you to answer questions and record your answers and to apply your knowledge and experiences. What's great is it asks you to write it down in a notebook. So later on, you can refer back to that, and it's kind of a study guide. To go with that theme, we don't have a multiple choice test for this module like the other 3. This one asks for a free response. At the end of the test, we ask the participants 3 questions that are very overarching questions that hopefully gets them thinking about what they learned and then how they can apply those learnings to their sales techniques. And of course, PGI wants to acknowledge and recognize everyone who did a great job and took our training, so they will receive a certificate of completion and a Starbucks gift card. Also, every year we host an incentive program. Usually it's right before the holidays, so it gives a chance for the sales associates to refresh their platinum learning so when they can make their sale. This year, ours ends actually next week, November 15th, and it's geared towards the 4th module since we just launched it. So go and make sure you tell your retailers that they have a week to earn $250. We'll select 4 people. Also, please remind them of this wonderful educational opportunity and that it's free.
And
And we talk about every day the importance of not only training the sales associates, but training the bench jewelers as well. I think we've all probably been in a retail store where you talk to a sales associate and the sales associate says, you know what, I'm not selling platinum because the guy in the back, he doesn't know how to work on it, or he doesn't want to work on it, and that's an issue, I'm not selling it. So we've done technical training over the years, but it's been more troubleshooting, it's been more reactionary, and so we wanted to develop something that we could take to the industry as a standard of practice that bench jewelers could use to ensure that they're providing a quality product. So we thought the best way to do that was to partner with GIA. They've got an amazing team there of educators, and we've worked on this program for about 18 months. And it includes information on a variety of topics. As Jill said, we're calling them quality assurance benchmarks. It's not training per se, so it's not something that you might necessarily sit down and go through, nor is it a certification. But what it will allow is if you have questions, if a bench jeweler doesn't know how to do something quite right, they will be able to access this content, go directly to those kinds of topics and find out the answers. It covers everything from stone setting, finishing, polishing, sizing up, sizing down, various alloys, everything I know nothing about, but it's really great content. The way that it's shared is broken down into different modules. There are 3 different parts. One is this kind of guided content where you scroll over the letters and it pops up kind of basic information regarding the task that they are looking at. The second way are these little, when they're online, they kind of swirl around, and we're calling them eye bubbles. I think I'm going to trademark that, but they're kind of fun. And these are kind of tips, tricks, just kind of, quick bits of information based on the task that they are trying to accomplish. And then I think most importantly are instructional videos. These are very clear, very concise, precise, and shows exactly how they need to achieve the task that's at hand. It tells you, I think, the best part on the screen ahead, how long it is. So they're all between 3 and 5 minutes. It's something that they can access on a phone, on a tablet, on a computer, so they don't necessarily have to be at the bench for them to access it. This will be available quarter 1 on platinumlearning.com. And when you access it, you'll include your job role. So depending on what kind of job role you put in, if you're a buyer, manufacturer, so on and so forth, it will then tailor the information that you're receiving based on your role. There's also a part for customers. We thought it was important that the sales associates who are working on tablets in the front of the store would have access to it and can show it to their customers. If we can share with our consumers why it's so important to have a platinum, a diamond set and a platinum setting, that'll make them feel more comfortable as well. So to launch this, we're working with several large corporations and trade organizations, but we want to make sure that you all are accessing it as well. So I hope you take the time to review it when it's available. I'd be happy for any sort of feedback or comments. And again, please share this with your retailers as well. We know that if we can get to every single one of those retail sales associates as well as the bench jewelers, we're going to provide for a much better platinum experience in the store. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny and Jill. So now I want to wrap up this presentation by talking about what we're doing to recognize outstanding performance, outstanding achievement in the industry. And I want to share a few clips of some very talented sales associates who are deserving of some very special recognition.
As a sales professional, it is without a doubt to your personal benefit to sell platinum. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, I'm not on commissions. Why do I care if they spend more money? Because you're building a stronger relationship with your client. You are doing them a favor by convincing them and educating them as to why they should buy platinum. They're going to look at you as the expert because you've now taken the time to educate them, which most jewelers won't do. You're going to make sure that they're getting the best that they possibly can for their money. That builds trust. People buy trust. That means they're going to come back and continue to buy from you in the future.
I think for us, selling platinum, we have such confidence in the metal and the rings that we sell that it really translates to the client. So when we go into that sale knowing everything about a ring, everything about the metal, the client feels confident in us as well, and we develop a relationship. We get close with them. We've had associates, even years after the engagement ring wedding band sale, be invited to baby showers and weddings. So it really, that confidence that you have and develops trust. So that's what's in it for them.
I believe that I'm an expert at what it is that I do. I'm very good at it. So that's why they're coming to me, right? I don't go to a doctor's office and tell them that I have this, and this wrong with me, right? I'm an expert in my field. They're coming to me for my education, for my knowledge, and I love to share that with people. So I believe you should always lead. You're not taking advantage of anybody, but they're coming to you for a reason. By all means, you should definitely lead the sale. You should dictate what happens next.
I'd be afraid not to buy platinum from him, right? But, I think you can really see that passion. So that's why I'm really excited now to be the one who gets to talk to you about this exciting new program we've been developing called the Platinum Hall of Fame. It really arose out of our desire to recognize outstanding achievement in platinum product knowledge and sales expertise at our retail partner stores. When we think about, what is the candidate profile? What is the sales associate like? What are their qualities? Well, the Hall of Fame sales associate is really somebody who has done their homework. They have taken all the training, the online training, the facilitated training. They really have their product knowledge down pat. And you can hear their passion for platinum come out in every customer that walks into the store. They have that passion for platinum and that confidence. You could hear that confidence. They really communicate that when their customer walks into the store. They also not only love what they do, but they're savvy business people. They're entrepreneurs. They understand that platinum represents a significant incremental business opportunity, not only for them and their own commission, but also for their store and for their suppliers. They know, as good business people, that if everybody is making more money all the way up the chain, it only means good things for the future. It means more product, it means innovation. So they really are savvy business people. They get it, and they do what they need to do to help grow their own business and business for their companies and their suppliers. A little while back, you might remember that we did this consumer consideration study because we wanted to learn more about the steps that consumers go through on their journey from thinking about getting engaged to buying an engagement ring and wedding bands. And when we started that research, we learned that 26% of these consumers up front considered platinum only wanted platinum. 34% of them only wanted white gold, but the majority of them, 40%, were what we call dual considerers. These are people that wanted a white metal, but they really hadn't decided which one they wanted yet. Inherently, we know they desire platinum, but they were sitting on the fence about what decision they were actually going to make. So when they walk into a store and they encounter somebody like Richard Wubnik from Michael C. Fina, what do they hear? They hear all of this amazing messaging. They hear all of the unique characteristics. They hear what makes this material so different, so special, and why they will want the most important piece of jewelry that they're going to wear that symbolizes the most important relationship in their lives together. They will want it in platinum. So when we see people like this really exemplifying everything we are trying to get them to do, it's cause for celebration. And how do we know that they've done this? Well, we've kind of done our homework too. We've put them to the test. We have a mystery shopping program where we mystery shop every one of our 1,000+ retail partners every year, and we share the reports of that experience with them. And it's very interesting. The biggest question we always get from retailers, especially when the results aren't great, is, what's the name of the sales associate? I want to know who the sales associate was. We never share that information because for us, we don't want to single out any one individual. What we want to do is to provide the retailer with a teachable moment, an opportunity for learning and development for the whole team, because as a team, we're only as strong as our weakest link. So we share that information with them, but when we observed these outstanding players, they really passed the test. They delivered the ultimate platinum experience, and they achieved a perfect score. So we decided that we need to call out these individuals, these people who achieved a perfect score, and we're going to recognize them as our inaugural class of the Platinum Hall of Fame. And once we induct each one of these talented people into this Hall of Fame, they'll get a very robust recognition package. There'll be a recognition letter that goes to the store owner or the store manager. They'll get their own recognition letter, commendation of their outstanding achievement. They'll get a certificate of recognition that can be displayed in the store, communicating to their colleagues and their customers that they are a platinum sales professional. Then the Platinum Hall of Fame itself will live on platinumguild.com, and on that page you will see a headshot, a bio, and a brief video that each one of these inductees will upload to that site, talking about their passion for platinum. And finally, they'll receive a platinum lapel pin that we will want them to wear in the store every day as the ultimate illustration of their passion, their talent, and their knowledge of platinum. So we are really excited about this program. We think it's something that can energize not only the people who will be inducted, but it can get the attention of the rest of the industry, because everybody wants to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we're really excited about this, and we plan to introduce this program and welcome our inaugural class in January of 2014. Thank you again, everybody. We really appreciate your being here. Thanks again, and have a great season.
It's my time, I'm in my place. It's gonna be a big, bright, sunny day. It could take a tidal wave to get me out of this place. Have to sweep me off my feet and take me out to sea. Things are gonna be alright this time. If you got a reason, let it shine. Time to be on the sunny side of life. Not a single cloud up in the sky, looking at the people passing by. Not a single reason to ever bad vibe. Things are looking up now. Things are looking up now, wouldn't you say? Things are looking up now.